Hello, patrons. In this episode of Ironspire, we find out just how terrifying and deadly a creature can be when it has both webs and fire at the same time. Like, comment, and subscribe. Mwah. Sitting on dinner? Gotcha. Cold and grumpy and at work? Oh, well, hey, I hope I can be a distraction for you. Welcome back, everybody, to the world of Ushulminbaz, the realm of enchanting, and the fortress of Datan Datur Igath Anriz, Ironspire, the Scraped Skies. And last time we left off, we were making some pretty big plans. Something that has a little bit of risk for a high reward. If you remember, we'd been digging down into the caverns. And last time we tried to go out into the caverns, we got attacked by a couple of forgotten beasts. So now, we have gotten a couple of animals chained up here. And we're getting everything installed for a silk farm. If you're wondering what the hell a silk farm is, a silk farm is a way to basically force a web-spinning creature to produce as much silk as we could ever want in a way that traps it and prevents it from attacking us. New head of medicine had to change all the medical textbooks because many were previously attributed to elven trickery. True. All right. Alpha found starved to death. There's too many. We've been making a lot of bone crafts here, a lot of bone bolts, a lot of iron bolts as well. Well, let's make some horn crafts, because we've got a lot of hooves lying around, and a lot of horns. I thought the way our modern executive and wealthy classes behave is exactly like the aristocracy of old. Exactly, and much like the aristocracy of old, they are so far distanced from power that they basically have no way of examining what the solution could be. Like, it would never occur to any of them to simply, you know, circulate their own wealth. You know, like even the idea of like giving some money back to society to invest in more investment in products and services is seen as like so alien to them that it's very much a let them eat cake kind of moment. Exactly, Kyle. Like, it just we're getting to that point. Bogeyman has transformed into a cougar? Wait a second. The Dwarf Scholar Necromancer calls upon the night. Just like summoning up Bogeyman? And now that cougar is... Oh. Wild voracious cave crawler. Oh, okay, so that's what's happening. The necromancer here is being attacked by a giant stork. And oh no. It turned the giant white stork into a zombie. Yeah, exactly. You know, they just kind of politely asked the aristocracy to stop hoarding all the wealth. And then they did. And then nobody was ever, you know, beheaded or anything. Some storks bring babies, so I'll take them away. Yup. Unfortunately, now it's us with zombies, so I'm sending out the Iron Guard to take a look at it. Hopefully it'll bring it down here to attack them, because I'd rather the Iron Guard took it on than random passers-by. Let's take a look. Sid is ecstatic with her life. She is currently going off to do some more digging. Let's see, she wants to be with family, but, you know, she was one of the original 7 dwarves, so she doesn't have any family the game can relate to her. She does want to be with friends and have some martial training. Oh, she has changed her mind. She's going off to harvest some plants. He allegedly committed a crime against the status quo. Exactly. It's like, yeah, his crime was, yeah. His crime was not doing anything, his crime was not killing someone in the eyes of the capital class. His crime, allegedly, was making them feel uncomfortable, in making them feel that they could be targeted, that they could be that they could be killed just like anyone else. You know, you could be right, Kyle, but I don't have any evidence on that. Hi, Bunny. How you doing? Right, and if there's one thing that capitalists hate being reminded of, is the fact that they are just as mortal as the rest of us. Ah, excuse me. Okay. Now then. Our silk farm is set up. So now, we just need one brave volunteer to potentially sacrifice... Oh no. Why is this person dead? Probably a magma accident here. Alright. Yeah, unfortunately, digging in the gem wall is pretty risky. Okay. Hi, Melissa.
Bitch!
How you doing? Good to see
Trans
you.
rights. Fuck turfs.
Hell yeah. Okay. We're gonna get one dwarf to come down here. And then when they're done digging, we're gonna forbid traffic here. And we're gonna bring them back. She has collected a lot of them, yeah. Ah, looks like Yuka has gotten to making some really good ammunition here. Okay. Where is the dwarf that's coming to dig this out? Okay, it's Alaith. Okay. One. Two. 3. Okay, she's going back. Cool. We lock these doors, so that way the Forgotten Beast cannot get in. Even if it can break down the doors, its pathfinding should make it go straight for these chained up cat and giant bat. And we lock these doors behind them. And then we lock these doors. Ah, excuse me. Okay. There it is. Yeah, unfortunately, some sacrifices have to be made. So, based off of how the Forgotten Beast is moving, thank you for the delicious egg. The toads are fine, like none of them are down here. Let's see, a captain of the guard withdraws from society. Ooh. The dear people have arrived. Okay. I'm gonna bring some of the ammunition over to trade. You ask where the delicious egg meme comes from? It's from H Bomber Guy's. It's from H Bomber Guy's video. Pathologic is genius, and here's why. It's very much a it became like one of those running jokes, and I played a lot of Pathologic to the point where I was just really into it. Like, you can ask anybody who was here back when I first started streaming. I basically streamed nothing but Pathologic for months because I was obsessed with finishing it. Yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah, that is the original source. Yeah. And now, many years later, I am once again streaming Pathologic 3 on Fridays. Okay, we've got some trading goods here. Let's go back to the Forgotten Beast. The way that it's moving implies intent. I think it knows that it can get to some living creatures that it can fight. God, this thing is 814 years old. So it's literally over 200 years older than recorded history. Okay. Let's check on some of the other dwarves here real quick. Looks like Terra has volunteered to do some crafting with horn type. Nope, now she's changed her mind to harvest plants. Okay. Yeah, good guy because he's the protagonist. Every protagonist is a good guy. That's how that works. Okay, Lenny is apparently unhappy. Wants to be with family, has no family in the fortress. Wants to be with friends, do some martial training, pray, eat a good meal. Might have to send him back to combat therapy. Or, we could just do that instead. Alright, by the power of Twitch chat, you are now joyous. Wish it was real so I could shove him in a locker. Shove who in a locker? Oh, Dankovsky, yeah. Let's see. The toads. Oh yeah, the toads have given birth. We now have a few more. So we have, Hallie owns 2 of them. And there is a trained one that's in a cage. I should let that out at some point. Wait, why is the trade depot forbidden? I didn't forbid the trade depot. Not making a toad fort. Ah, we've got a whole bunch of adamantine here now, though. Just listening to him interact with the people around him. Yeah, Dankovsky is such a piece of shit, and that's why I love him. Okay, I'm gonna extract these metal strands, and we're gonna get ourselves some mythical metal. I think one of my favorite lines has been to ask whether or not Dankovsky remembers his lines. And he talks about how he always has 2 or 3 lines ready to in his mind whenever he talks to someone. I'm like, it's very meta, very beyond the fourth wall. Got some beak dog pups hatched. Excellent. Ooh. Captain of the Guard is making a mysterious craftsdwarf construction using Kaolinite, pink jades, saltpeter, orthoclase, copper, morions, and turquoises. You know, waiting on the trade broker to get the hell up here. The Duchess of Terra meets the Deer People. Get some news reports. In the late autumn of 610, Oster Sabrili became holy mage of the doctrines of Amethyst, replacing toad tunnel poisons. Looks like people have some different rumors about our fortress. Looks like there's something going further down here. The army of Flinch Lizard the Wicked Bug marched on Root Jewel. In the mid-autumn of, It looks like the goblins have been attacking the elven forest of Root Jewel then. Wow. I take that personally. Not because the demons dare to march on some other elves, but because the demon lizard queen with whom we share a particularly heated rivalry is attacking someone who isn't us. And I take offense to that. You know what? The Dungeon of Canyons is right here. Let's send out 2 squads. Ah. I know, we feel cheated on. I mean, sure, we've been attacking the elves as well. But now, it's like, let's get Flinch Lizard's attention again. Odom the Beast Slayer here with her singing metal helm. Ah, speaking of singing metal. As far as we know, this attack is a ruse. It's all part of the conspiracy. So yeah, we're gonna go get their attention. 20 dwarves burning one of their pits to the ground should do it. And you know what? We're also going to make sure that these Crafts Dwarf workshops don't take on any work orders. That way they can just be left alone to extract the metal strands. Thank you for the delicious egg. Yes, there is a lot that goes on in this game, and yeah, it definitely takes a lot of getting used to keep an eye on all the moving parts. Another elf joins the immortal trenches, recognizing that our dwarven ways are better. And hey, remember everyone, if you do not have a dwarf in this game, then you can use Put Me in the Game Coach to get yourself added. Let's see. Captain of the Guard has created... Ustruth Stinthad Lila, the Captain of the Guard, has created Ustruth Stinthad Lila, a Kaolinite ring. She offers it to the immortal trenches. I have never seen a dwarf name an artifact after themselves before. That's wild. I'm going to post that to the Dwarf Fortress Discord. I'm sure they will get a right chuckle out of that. Yes, ever since the ASCII version, I've done my best to narrate everything that happens to make sure that nobody is left out. The artifact ring is named Ustruth Stinthad Lila, which translates to Ustruth Theatre Patterns. Okay, so it literally is named after himself, because the word Ustruth would be translated if this was just a regular artifact. Like even here, like Super Tower is named Fountain Trade. Gokakul is syrup labored, but Ustruth is literally just the name of the dwarf. This is a Kaolinite ring. All craftsmanship is of the highest quality. It is encrusted with rectangular saltpeter cabochons and encircled with bands of oval Kaolinite cabochons and cat bone. This object is adorned with hanging rings of copper and menaces with spikes of orthoclase, morion, and turquoise. On the item is an image of Zolak Evil tattooed the goblin and a cave dragon in jade. The artwork relates to the killing of the goblin in the Prim Murk during Ugot Exos, the dangerous clash. Reminding us that our history here is to strike down the goblin menace. An excellent piece of history. Now then, let's see. How many adamantine wafers do we have? 12 of them. That's enough to make a few more weapons. But I also want we want an adamantine throne for our queen. That's one of the things that she demands that we create in order to have a proper throne room. Brad's awesome ring. Yeah. Pretty much. Ooh, our giant tigers have given birth to more giant tigers. And we have, okay. We don't have enough to really take any away from our pool just yet. What are the odds? Yeah, they're baby giant tigers. A giant tiger is actually just a monster in the shape of a tiger. But for all intents and purposes, it follows all the other conventions of being a tiger. You know, it takes more time for, like, it takes several years for them to grow to full age. It, you know, they look like a tiger, they behave like a tiger, all that sort of thing. Okay, looks like our troops have returned home from their raid. Let's see what they got up to. We attacked the goblin pits known as spattered ticks. Mitha led the assault. Looks like we had a great positional advantage. We clashed with some goblins and slew them.
Trans rights and offhandedly
Hey there, Ari.
trans lefts.
I like the trope in fiction of finding a creature that is clearly not animal, but calling it animal because it behaves similarly. Yeah, and that's kind of how the giant monsters, the giant animals behave here. They basically work in the same way, but they're just they're not technically those things. Okay, so we destroyed the pits of spattered ticks, and we brought back some loot. More beak dogs, more Dralthers, a giant cave toad leather glove, some other various treasures. How was your stream, Ari? Okay. Let's take a look at your dwarf, shall we? Currently feeling pleased with work. Yeah, I sat in for a bit. Yeah, I was doing a little lucky luck. Grabbing some coke over here. It's gonna make some more ammunition. Family needs excitement, martial training, and making romance. You know, I might put Ari on combat therapy just to give them a chance to, you know, to get that martial training in. I too love making romance. Wait, why was there a... Who ordered a hammering? I sure as hell didn't. Violation of production order? Well, shit. Like a liar. A... Playing Octopath as well, almost done, just finishing up the character stories. I love that. Okay, singing metal battle axes. Let's go. Yeah, this was like your first time playing it, right? How do you feel about it compared to other Square Enix games? I'm gonna get all the people on ballista training here. Oh yeah, I remember you, yeah, like you tried it a little while ago. and then you wanted to like bleh, you wanted to like revisit it. Scorpion trampled. Okay, let's send out the military over there. We're gonna get so many goblin places raided. You need to do a little more to keep your attention. Fair enough. ADHD be wilding at times. Yes, there we go. Y'all are doing great jobs here. Let those arrows fly. Hone your skills. And looks like the fortifications here are finally working to make sure that the cats and dogs don't get in the way of the fucking ballistas. Yeah, I get that. One of the RPGs that I've been really into lately, and that I'm going to be playing more of on Saturday for everyone to see, is Wooden Ocean. Hey there, Archangel. How you doing? Why the hell is our trade broker not doing what they're supposed to? So, that's an excellent question, Kyle. Wooden Ocean is on its surface, it looks like a typical ordinary like fantasy RPG. But the more we play it, the more it seems obvious that like a lot of the NPCs seem to be self-aware, and the game's history is talking about how the world seems to have been created, and one person had a magic rifle. So it's just like there's a whole lot of things that don't seem to add up 100%. So I'm not entirely sure what the game's deal is, and why there are so many of these little things that don't fully add up. I'm gonna butcher all these Dwarfers and beak dogs. We really don't have any need for more of them. Let's check in on Archangel's dwarf, shall we? Archangel is currently sleeping, or at least is on their way to sleep. No, okay, no, they are in bed. What is Archangel's preferences here? Oh, they like silver. Okay, so they like silver and donkeys and lion men. Oh yeah, I remember didn't we make a silver statue? Yeah, silver statue of a lion man. That was for Archangel. Yeah, let's put this in his bedroom. Yeah, one of the cool things that's really interested me about it is the fact that there is like we were able to pick 2 elements at the beginning. And one of the elements we picked was radiation. Wait, who the hell is building this thing? Okay, okay, you know what? Okay. I slept in a bedroom. This could be bliss. Excellent. Sounds ominous. Oh yeah, like it literally gives things like the cancer debuff, which is wild. So the different elements in Wooden Ocean, going alphabetically, acid, arcane, carbon, dark, earth, entropy, expression, fire, gravity, holy, ice, lightning, metal, Philistine, Psychic, Radiation, Silicon, Sodium, Thread, Water, and Wind. The selection screen was long. Yup. Love unique takes on the type systems. Oh yeah, absolutely. And the one of the things that I like, there's basically like 5 different difficulty levels, all the way from romantic to infinite nightmare. Yeah, at least Pokemon tried a little bit to make things more interesting with, you know, the dark and the fairy and psychic types, like all of that. Ah, oh, excuse me. All right, yeah, looks like Archangel is now making friends. Trying to get to know people better. Yeah, ground and rock are definitely, like, there's definitely some of that redundancy there for sure. They at least make an effort. Then again, I don't know how much of an effort, I don't know how much of an effort they really made lately. They've been pretty content to just put out the same games over and over again. Oh my god, these voracious cave crawlers keep turning, wild. You know what, we're just gonna butcher the ones that aren't tame. Like, this one is semi-wild. This one's semi-wild. This one's semi-wild. Oh my god, I completely forgot about the Forgotten Beast. How appropriate. Okay, so... Where is it? Yeah, Pokemon has what they call grandfather privileges. Basically meaning that it can just tell the same old story over and over again, and everybody just kind of gives it a pass. Oh shit, a Gorlak. That poor Gorlak is doomed. Huh. Why does it keep going back into the water? Uh-oh. An ambush? Curse all friends of nature. The elves have come to attack. They catch us right in the middle of a raid, too. Hi there, Grape. How you doing, cutie? It's good to see you. All right. We cannot cancel this particular raid, or at least we could, but it would. You are also cutie. How dare you? EP. Aw, I'm doing well. Can I get a shout out for Grape, please? Uh-oh. Here we go. This elite combat dwarf here is gonna walk right into that ambush. Oh, he sees elves. His bloodlust is up. Oh, cool. How was Black Ops 3?
I'll let you raid my channel any day.
Oh, hello, Burango, and hello, Lucy. Thank you so much for the raid. For those who don't know me, my name is Lola, the world's only Molotov cocktail VTuber. I checked. And today, we are playing some Dwarf Fortress. What the hell is going on there? Aha. This horse is being ridden by a weasel man. I did. I check on a regular basis. That weasel man is just running away on their horse from this elite dwarf. Well, there's another one.
Hello? It's a raid.
Holy shit, another raid? Welcome in, Leftist Gamer Memes. How you doing? For those who don't know me, my name is Lola. I'm the world's only Molotov cocktail VTuber. I checked, and today we're playing Dwarf Fortress. The elves are attacking. They have weapons made of wood, so it's really not going well for them. We'll bring pizza. I love pizza.
Hey, just so you know, I'm gonna go lurk now.
Were you making more cool memes, or were you doing Final Fantasy Tactics? Nice. And let's see, Lucy, how was Of the Devil? You know what you'll say when I find another one? If that happens, I will cross that bridge when I get to it. God damn, that is a lot of elves. They all mean to kill us if they can. An elf mace man? But elves cannot make maces, so they just have no weapon. That's hilarious. Hell yeah, glad you're having fun. I do love the android puppy girl and her adventures. God, this one dwarf is in a martial trance trying to kill all of them on the way to a raid. Oh no. Oh no, they're getting beaten the hell up. Yeah, unconscious, exhausted, and heavily bleeding. I don't know if they're gonna make it through this one. Food time. Okay, your dwarf is doing well, by the way, Burango. Yeah, we're training them up before we send their squad out, though. It would be so much better if, when a company committed a crime, actual people running that company could be jailed or similarly liable. True. Alright. Sid says that this dwarf gets to live, so by the power of Twitch chat, you are healed. Now, don't fuck it up again. Go stab more of them. There we go. Zulban here has regained their fervor. It's gonna do some more kills here. Holy shit. 3 notable kills and 38 other kills. That's wild. They still don't have a title. Gruesome wounds, be gone, fear. Okay, good. The rest of the dwarves have showed up to save them as well. And now, just as if nothing had happened, Zulban is going to go right back up there and is going to continue the raid. And, yeah, speaking of raid, if all of y'all need to raid and run, I totally get it. Streaming does take a lot out of you. Otherwise, feel free to pull up a chair or slide into one of the booths and help yourselves one and all to a hot drink. All right. Thank you for the comfy PJs. Looks like the deer people they're done with trading after that attack. Was supposed to have been the argument for why corporations should be considered people, but instead they made sure that none of them be held accountable for the corporation's actions. They're like, oh no, I didn't do that. The corporation did that. Well, with those elves taken down and a raid on the way, why don't we do a little more digging? I know where I want to do some digging. The gem wall. I didn't Minecraft that person. I'm actually part of a big club, and that big club collectively Minecraft them. I'm just a birthday girl. You don't understand, you know. And now that our company has renamed themselves and restructured and are all exactly the same people, just with a different name badge, we should totally be completely abdicated of responsibility. Anyone else like a hug? I will take a hug. Okay, we're gonna bring one dwarf down here, and we're gonna have them do some, just like a little bit of solo mining. Thank you for the hug, Sid. Okay, the merchants have left. No dwarven caravan this year. Very unusual. But you know what? We have no need of trade. We are the fortress of Ironspire. We are mighty indeed. We have no use for the weaknesses that trade brings these days. Close the borders like Japan did. Yeah, that hopefully it'll work out better for us than it did for them. With all these elves and dwarves, you ever play TTRPGs like D&D? You know, I will answer that question here. Let's see. No, yeah, we'll have a good talk about TDRPGs, but first, I very much need to take care of some things here real quick, so let's do a little ad break before we go on to that subject. And yeah, also take meds. We'll do that as well. Everybody get up, stretch your legs, grab a drink, do whatever it is you need to do, and we will be right back. All right, everyone, we're back. So, regarding TTRPGs, I'll wait until the ad is officially over to get on that particular subject. Okay. Yeah, get that tree farm cut down. This has been a great source of mushroom trees for us ever since we dug out a big old 2Z level space here. And yeah, thank you, Liebling. It's good to be back. Good to be here. Good to be dwarfing with y'all. That's a lot of Drolfers. Okay, so the Jerry, welcome in. It's been so long since I've seen you in a Dwarf Fortress stream. How are you, my friend? Thank you for doing a shout out for Cherry there. Cherry does comics and has occasionally streamed Minecraft. It's a good time there. It's so long since you've been able to watch. Yeah. Hey, Barango, how you doing? So, we were talking about raising the subject of tabletop RPGs. You've dinnered? Excellent. Been so busy. I feel like this time of year is busy for everyone. So, while D&D has a special place in my heart, in its current state as intellectual property of not Games Workshop, of Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro, it's not in a good place. And I don't like that. Yeah, the fact that they are intent on destroying the entire hobby and just looting it for spare parts and, turning it over to AI to create constant new content without any creativity. Another goblin pit destroyed. Okay, cool. That said, I'll also say that D&D is not the best RPG. Hell, it's definitely not even the easiest RPG. It's probably just the one that you remember when you had the most neuroplasticity to learn how to play RPGs. It is a lot more complicated than it needs to be. And I'm gonna pay for the goblins' housing. If they come here as refugees, sure. Yes, the 5th edition with Wizards of the Coast is stupid. They don't want to call it a new edition by calling it 5.5. They also don't want to make 6th edition. They want to have their cake and fuck it too. They want to be able to get all of your money from constant updates without making it feel like they're forcing you to change editions. Oh shit, Sid is coming down here to do the digging. This could be dangerous. Right, yeah, they want an MMO, but and it's just like, how exactly do you reconcile this? How exactly do you reconcile having a how do you reconcile having a game that is completely you know what? Oh shit. Like, how do you reconcile a game that is basically like a live service and also, you know, like build up a legacy? How do you get, how are you supposed to, how are people supposed to know which edition is the correct one? How are they supposed to know which is the latest one? That's what 3.5 was intended to do. Yeah, without standardization, how is anybody supposed to know what the right rules are? That's why Pathfinder is an infinitely better experience. With that said, I do like a lot of other tabletop RPGs. I played in a group that had what I like to call RPG ADHD. Whenever we went there in the mornings on the weekends, they would basically get like 2 or 3 sessions into a game before giving it up entirely. In the evenings, we had some more steady games going. And so, I ended up playing Vampire the Masquerade, Werewolf the Apocalypse, Dark Heresy, First Edition, Black Crusade, Cyberpunk 2020, let's see, what else? Scion, First Edition. We played, let's see, Call of Cthulhu, 1920s edition. God, there were so many. And I'm just like scratching the ice, like I'm scratching the surface there of like what we played. Okay. Some migrants arrive despite the danger. All right, we're getting this one dwarf here to basically dig in and like cut out as many diamonds as they can. I don't want to like feel like there's something around here that's potentially dangerous. Oh, like lava, for instance. Okay, yeah, you know what? Let's just, We saw nothing. And then, we saw nothing. A lot of those you haven't tried? Yeah, honestly, it's, I know, right? Very undwarven move to catch fire like that. Very cringe. Yeah, hopefully we don't injure a vital part of the community this time. We've unleashed the echo of a forgotten divine retribution. Oh, well. You know what? Let's get some dwarves down here. Siege operators, get on the bolt throwers. Should see a doctor about that. Oh boy. This one calls itself a wealth champion. It has a faceted metal crossbow. I know, right? A large humanoid in humanoid form, composed of chrysoprase. Its whole body appears to be faceted in a symmetric fashion. It was created by the dwarven goddess Limul and is a part with jewels and wealth. We have a sizable following dedicated to her. But yeah, in addition to those other games, I have personally run games like Black Crusade, which is one game that I really enjoy. Only War. Same thing from like the 40k franchise. Most humanoids are symmetrical. There's a plenty of asymmetry to humans. But is this her blessing we can take in as a hunt for wealth? I say yes. This is a test of our mettle. And but yeah, the RPG that I personally love more than any is Demon the Descent. It's an RPG that is, if I could describe it, it would basically be a spy movie if it was set in the Matrix. Let's just get that miner out of there. Maybe you need top to bottom. If you might need to see a doctor. Well, there's no doctor here. You know, she's probably out doing some time traveling or some shit, or... Well, the last time I saw the doctor was a woman. But, you know, who knows these days? Might have an idea for a new demon. Oh. They are again. Ah, excellent. Okay. We have multiple siege operators down here, including 2 flower. Oh my god, Jabra, get out the way. Lock the doors. Yeah, that's definitely the hardest part, is finding a group. Yeah, Demon the Descent was one of my favorites, but there's also so many other games. Like, you know, there are everything from like the really simple ones like Lasers and Feelings, or Kobolds Ate My Baby, or oh dang, Bigfoot Stole My Car with my friend's birthday present inside. Those are all real RPG names. Insomniac security camera designed to observe and gather information. Ah, so an analyst? Okay, I like that. They sound like something I made up. They certainly do. But in this case, oh dang, Bigfoot stole my car with my friend's birthday present inside is very much a real RPG. Okay, so we've let the angel out. Now we've got to see if it will come looking for us. And then we see what the bolt throwers will make of it. Yeah, of course, Burango. I'm going to check on your dwarf once we've dealt with this angel attack. There's one called Big Motherfucking Crab Truckers. Hell yeah. just jumping around looking for a way out. All right, Tims, have a wonderful night. Thanks for checking in. Something evil is emerging from this newly exposed pocket. What? Oh no. Another dwarf is down here mining. Oh shit. Okay. Cancel everything. There's one titled Eat God. Nice. Oh shit. Spectre of Flame. A very large oriole composed of flame. It has a broad shell and it undulates rhythmically. Beware its webs. Oh no. It's composed of flame. It's a bird. And it has webs. This thing is no demon. This is a fucking jet bomber. Oh, yep, fire and webs at the same time. What if it fights the angel? Let's find out. Where is the angel? The angel is here. Personally, my money is on the angel because angels are huge. And it would take, and it's made of, I literally just, I know, right? The angel is composed of chrysoprase, so a gem. So it's very tough. Whereas the Spectre of Flame is literally just composed of flame. It's a glass cannon. Oh, it's going straight for the fortress, setting everything on fire as it goes. Oh no. Oh, it went through one of the... Lock these doors. Lock these doors right the fuck now. It's gotten up into the caverns. I'm more like an ass cannon. I am very smart. Okay, it seems to be stuck. One time a flare brute attacked one of your dwarves, whereas the beast, the spider, it doesn't seem to have been hitting anything lately. Why has Hallie been injured? I don't know. Got all of its legs punched off. Bring in the beast. You want to see them fight? It's made of, the Forgotten Beast is made of flesh. At the moment it catches fire, it would just be dead. Now, I want to capture the spider. I want it to be my silk farm. Oh, damn it. Okay. For a moment, I thought it was actually going to play along. It would deal with the beast problem. I want the beast to be a solution to my silk problem. Okay, yeah, let's take a look. Archangel is currently drinking. Feels wonder after communing with Akil. There's a lot of passing acquaintances in the fortress. Okay. Let's see. Huh. It's burning away the cage traps around it. Sounds like he's having a good time. Yeah. Okay, the machine gun nest is just not working then. And the dwarves in there are getting hungry, so we're just gonna let them go. Stand down, everyone. setting so much on fire. Food consumed in market. I'm gonna try and get more eeps. Yeah, have a good night then, Ari. I appreciate you coming in. Mwah. This thing is just burning the shit out of the caverns now. I know, I've been trying really hard to get your dwarf to meet other people, but it's not something that I can force the game to do. Okay. Got a plan. He's burninating the countryside. Burninating the peasants. Okay, okay. Okay, while we're waiting for that, I'm gonna make a bright metal giant axe blade. Okay, yep, Burango, how you doing? Currently leading a demonstration on striking, and feeling very satisfied with yourself because look at all these skills you've been learning. Kicking, organizing, wrestling, axe, observation, spear, shield, sparring session, and striking. So many different skills all at once. And, you know, you've got a jabberer and a bat. Just overall, having a good time. Fulfilling that need to kill things. Yeah. You want to do some kicking? Hell yeah. Don't we all? Striking. The bosses will be scared of that. Yup. What do you mean, no access to chain? I've got plenty of chains. Siege operator found dead? Oh no. How did it get in? Where is it? Where the hell is the demon? It's on the stairs right here. Shit, alright. Bring me everyone. The Lanterns, the Iron Guard, the Courageous Persuaders. Hell, bring our invasion squads, the Rainy Merchants and the Labyrinth. Well, the Rainy Merchants have their gear on, so bring them down here as well. We need to take on... We need to take it on with everyone. To rewatch that sometime now that you don't have the mind of a... Yeah, and like, honestly, there's a lot that we change our minds about once we grow up. Oh, that's rough. Hi, Johnny Anime. How you doing? Okay, this Spectre of Flame. So what we can see from the combat logs is the balls of fire and the webs are doing a lot of the heavy lifting here. but the fact that it's made of flame means it's so insubstantial that it cannot punch any or kick anything to death directly. It has to burn things to death. Even when its victim is tied up and on fire, the fact that they're wearing a leather cap is keeping the fire from damaging it. I have a feeling we may still lose a couple of dwarves before this is over. Well, a couple of people want to become citizens. It's a good thing, because we just lost some. Hey, you know what else is dying? The frame rate. Holy shit. Okay, yep. You know what? Let's do extinguish all, just to save our poor frame rate. Ooh. Hope you have that sounds really good, Sid. I hope it's a good meal. Holy shit, this is still crazy slow. Okay, it's moving again. I would really love it if this thing would stop killing things. Oh, shit, there's a Jabberer. Jabberer is caught fire. And one of the elves has caught fire. Well, they're not going to be our broker for very long. What the hell is everyone? It's like, make your way over here before the whole fortress falls. Okay, here we go. Okay, here comes the Iron Guard. They're approaching from all ends. What the hell is that specter of flame? Okay, right there. They're coming from different angles. Looks like they're blocking some of the flames. Okay. Attack. Okay, the specter of flame keeps throwing out fireballs, but it looks like they're dodging, but they cannot move in. Okay, yeah, you know what? Screw this. do another extinguish all, lest our entire fortress become extinguished. Yeah, exactly. It's all for the bit. Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna teleport this specter of flame over here next to Mitha. I'm gonna see how it gets on now. Ah, shit. Okay. Are you able to kill this thing? Somebody kill this thing. Mitha is enraged, but also on fire. Bleeding and webbed. I'm gonna force you all to get real close to this thing. See how it does when everybody is just directly on top of it. Why are you dodging out of the way? No valid reachable target, my ass. You know, if Mitha was here, they would they'd want me to heal. This is bullshit. And this is why this shit is this is why I don't mind that siege weapons are overpowered now. You know what? We're just gonna rewind time a little bit here. Now that we know those things are there, we're just gonna leave them as is. Yep, some things are best left buried. And that's okay. We might try to get that angel though, because the angel we can take on. The angel is not such a big deal, because it's not made of fire and spitting webs. Like that, like if it had been one or the other, might have had a chance, but the fact that it was specifically both, that's what screwed us over. No, we'll send out Burengo's squad on this next raid. They need to earn their spurs. And sure, training will work, but sometimes it takes a good bit of combat practice in the field to see if you've really got what it takes to be one of our military dwarves. Yeah, Countess Terra is basically completely conspiratorial, completely just completely like off the deep end at this point. Looks like we've got a different Fey mood this time. A clerk. Oh man, you know what that means? It means that we no longer have that artifact that was named after a dwarf. Okay, so we... That's a shame. Yeah, Countess Terra is basically like, yeah, some of these elves are perfectly fine. But you know, I feel like that's in keeping with dwarven beliefs, because you know, elves are fine if you encounter them outside of their like forest worshipping culture. But if you catch them, you know, out in the wild, you know, eating corpses and worshipping trees, that's when they get really preachy. Yep, because at the end of the day, the racism that they feel is entirely performative. Ooh, okay. They've claimed a metalsmith's sword. Oh, shit. Speaking of echoes of forgotten divine retribution, there it is. Okay. Lanterns of Legend, go out there and kill an angel. Hello, Lamano. How you doing today? Oh. Wow. We literally didn't even need the Lanterns of Legend. A humble beekeeper who also does mining work struck the wealth champion in the right lower arm. The severed part sails off in an arc, strikes the crossbowman, but the shot is deflected by the crossbow, bites the crossbowman, fracturing their leg, their right foot rather. Bear in mind, this dwarf is biting a 600-foot tall angel made of chrysoprase, a gem. Strikes at the beekeeper, who then deflects the hit with their steel pick. Then like hacks breaks the grip with their teeth. Then strikes the wealth champion crossbowman in the neck, and the severed part sails off in an arc. Holy shit. Okay, cool. Good job, Reg. Are you... Look at this. Look at this fucker. This beekeeper, who is also a skilled miner, not even a legendary miner, but a skilled miner. Beekeeper is their highest skill. They're a novice fighter. They killed an angel with nothing more than a steel pick and some good old-fashioned determination. We'll give Reg here the title of absolute mad lad. Holy shit. That is fucking wild. We're going to order this faceted metal crossbow to be melted down. This is a well-crafted faceted metal crossbow. The object is adorned with hanging rings of well-crafted bright cloth. So bright cloth is a type of divine cloth that can only be made by the gods. But now that we have a sample of faceted metal, we can replicate our own. Heard the villain of the movie was basically who Maga thought Hunter Biden was. I'm unfamiliar with that one. Yeah, Teeth Gang. Just that like dwarves are absolutely crazy when it comes to fighting. Sometimes they will just straight up bite the shit out of something because they have teeth. And it's one of the things they can make an attack with. All right, you know what? I'm going to dig out some of this chalk down here. Because this stuff is a flux stone. So we can use it in the making of steel. God, what a fucking hero. This is the kind of like noble, quiet heroics that I absolutely love seeing in Dwarf Fortress. Just every now and again, some regular ass dwarf will do something that seems damn near impossible, and just slay a messenger of a god. You know, one of the funny things that a dwarf will bite? Dwarves will just straight up bite will bite were creatures for no reason. Are you still living? Let's take a look. Huh. You don't seem to be on the list of living creatures that we have kept track of. So you might have gotten lost somewhere. Does that infect them? Surprisingly, no. Surprisingly, it just, like the only way that the lycanthropy can be spread is if the were creature bites you. It does not work in reverse. Oh, what the fuck is that, a nightmare? A very large, hairy humanoid. It has a pair of branching antennae, and with singular purpose it seeks to destroy the living. Its lavender hair is long and straight. Now you will know why you fear the night. What the fuck is it doing here? Iron Guard, could you do me a favor and kill that thing? Oh. It just disappeared. All right, I guess we'll keep an eye on there. I don't trust that it's gone completely. Alright, well, now we know to leave that place well enough alone. We're gonna dig out some more of this area because this has the adamantine in, at least. Okay, the deer people have arrived. Let's see if we can get some good trade from them this time without being interrupted by an elven ambush. And Tara out here is making some great totems, which makes sense since that's something that she's particularly interested in. Makes sense that she would learn to be a good bone carver. She loves totems, she loves cats, she loves lion men. No, that's Archangel, yeah. She loves totems, she loves cats, and she is deeply mistrustful of everything else. Oh yeah! Okay, cool. We're getting this ready. You might remember last time that we have an experiment going here. We're linking up this leather to all 30 of these Crundle cages. And we're gonna have it attack this Cyclops. We're gonna see who can win. One Cyclops or 30 Crundles. God, it takes so long to carve through adamantine. It's wild. Get extracting more metal strands. Want that adamantine, want it made. Make it happen. Ari's making some good ammunition here. Yeah, we are gonna... Okay. Here comes our broker. Let's see what the dear people have to trade. Ooh, they've got gold, fine pewter, electrum, iron, tin, nickel, platinum, billion. I don't remember if we need any of that specifically, but you never know. We got some interesting gems. Don't really need them though. Some musical instruments, why not? Some new cages. A grizzly bear! Ooh, okay, you have just become my friend. Now it's time for that part of the stream where Lola talks about how grizzly bears are one of her favorite war animals. So grizzly bears are one of my favorites for several reasons. They don't require grazing, so you can pop them in any old cavern to keep them contained. They reproduce once per year. They will have a litter of at least one, probably more, grizzly bears. So every year their numbers will at least double. On top of that, they only take 1 year to reach adulthood, which means that they not only do they make babies quickly, but those babies can then also get to making more babies very quickly. They're also just pretty fierce when it comes to their fighting abilities. So that is why that's why I love them grizzlies. The giant grizzlies are even better if you can get them, because they're basically just grizzly bears, like all of the same good things that I just said, but about 8 times bigger than an average bear. We honestly don't need any more food anymore. We have as much as we need. Saying bears are the bunnies of war? Yeah, more or less. Yeah, they replace their numbers real quick. There's just I don't think there's like very few disadvantages to having them. And right now we've got a few different grizzly bear cubs. We've got 1 male and now 2 females. We also have 2 male giant grizzly bears and 1 female giant grizzly bear. In a couple of years, we'll have a big old pool of recruitable bears here. Are they smarter than the average bear? Not really. They're just bigger, which means they would eat way more in terms of picnic baskets. Okay, looks like our soldiers have returned from their latest raid. Okay, we destroyed Scorpion Trampled, so we have caught up to the cannon there. You know, some bears and those hairy dudes know their way around power tools. Yup. You know, that reminds me, I saw a video on YouTube, you know, very, you know, very ordinary start here so far, but stay with me. It was a clip of The Simpsons from 1996. And it was the episode about how a bear had like made its way down from the mountains into Springfield, and it raised a panic. And everybody was just like, "Oh my God, a bear! This is terrifying." And you know, something has to be done. Most women pick the bear. Yep. But then, you know, the bear was dealt with. It didn't really deal any damage. Didn't do much in the way of you know, creating any problems. Just kind of a little bit scary for a bit. In a fight, right? But then, you know, the people of Springfield overreact. about the danger of bears. And then they're just like, you've got to do something about all these bears. They're scaring the children. And then the government ramps up funding for Bear Patrol. And then they're like, well, we don't want to pay for the Bear Patrol. And then Mayor Quimby blames the high taxes on illegal immigrants. And so then everyone starts getting really racist towards other people. And yeah, it starts like spreading just a campaign of terror. But totally, apropos of nothing. Like no reference to any real world politics, obviously. It's just kind of weird how, things just, The Simpsons just seems to weirdly predict current events. It's almost like they can just extrapolate from the fact that America refuses to better itself. Yep, that was the playbook even back then. Playbook as old as time. Yep. Yeah, the lesbian bar is a great episode, but yeah, just like, hold on. This lesbian bar doesn't have a fire exit. Enjoy your death trap, ladies. And then one of the lesbians is like, what was her problem? Because even back then, lesbians have been some of the most accepting of trans people. The idea that Homo, despite everything, is woke, right? Dusim Folkarakrul has created Aluth Kurik, a singing metal battle axe. He offers it to the immortal trenches. Now this is a weapon for the ages. Its name translates to the defective thorns. This is a singing metal battle axe. All Kraftsdorf ship is of the highest quality. It is studded with iron, decorated with Dralfa leather, and encircled with bands of iron and round Kalanite cabochons. This object menaces with spikes of singing metal and goblin cap.
Thank you.
On the item is an image of Lightest Buckropes the Goblin and dwarves.
Save the game.
Yes, I will. Lightest Luckropes is surrounded by the dwarves. The artwork relates to the ascension of the goblin Lightest Luckropes to the position of Queen of the Vigorous Nets in the late winter of 604. Oh. You know what? That's really cool. That represents our past. Lightest Luckropes was the Goblin Queen who ordered the creation of the Fortress of Ironspire in the first place. She came to this fortress, and we decided that she was no longer fit to rule. And so she came to an unfortunate accident after we were demonstrating how ballistas work. I think that's an interesting, it's interesting though, because even though we now have a Dwarven Queen, this artifact will now remember our past. He wasn't for one episode. Yeah, he was like, yeah. They made Homo like really like homophobic for one episode. because he was like worried for that Bart would end up being gay, but I think you know, that ended up, you know, kind of turned out all right in the end. All right, now that we've saved the game, let's head back in. Yeah, that was in the clip that I saw, Tara. This goes to show that, you know, politicians sure do love distracting from the real problems while they're swiping our metaphorical picnic baskets. Ooh, you know what, Starfire? Once our people get back from our raid, since Starfire is the leader of one of our foremost raid squads, I'm gonna give Starfire the singing metal artifact axe. May you carry it with the will of the gods in the palm of our hand. Speaking of singing metal and bright metal, we've got a giant bright metal axe blade. We're gonna melt that down. And we're gonna make more bright metal. Infinite divine metal. We tap into the exploits of the gods themselves. Okay, we're gonna be really careful about how we dig here. We're gonna make, oh, this is showing to be warm. Okay. Because this is warm, we're gonna dig in from above. That way, if there is magma there, if there is magma there, then we'll approach it safely. Yeah, the gods have, as far as we're concerned, yeah, the gods have blessed us with a method of creating infinite metal. Who are we to deny the will of the gods? They sent us avenging angels to test us, and we fought those angels and won. How else should we take it but a mandate from heaven to create more? That episode, Lisa tries to explain that because the bear patrol is around doesn't mean they're keeping bears away. Yep. Yeah, the more things change, the more they stay the same. Yep. It's just that, yeah, The Simpsons has no weird predictive power over anything. It's just that we don't learn. No, that's okay. I'm fine with you bringing it up. It's a very poignant lesson that that I feel like we need to be reminded of. And there's literally a scene in the there's literally a scene in that episode where the mayor is just like, are the people outside getting louder or just dumber? And his aide is like, dumber, sir. Yeah, that's why I try to not necessarily go too deep into a lot of news these days. That and, you know, I'm waiting for certain things to happen, and I don't want to be a doomer on the channel, you know? I don't want to be constantly focusing on the horrible stuff that's happening, because no matter what happens, things are not going to get any less awful just because we are focusing on the terrible things happening. You know? Okay. Oh, the Forgotten Beast is fighting. Where? What is it fighting? Okay, okay. It's not fighting what I wanted it to fight. The strategy is to try and provide help for the important people in your life. Yeah, that's basically the most that we can really do. Is you know, help the people you can, and you know, spread the word to try and help the people that you're not able to, you know? It's like that that excellent Boondocks quote. It's like, what do you do when you can't do nothing, but there's nothing you can do? You do what you can. Yep, people at Mosbar, yeah, just like, them immigrants can't learn themselves the language. There's more adamantine down here. Oh, that reminds me. We need to recreate that adamantine throne. Then we'll decorate it with diamonds and put it in the Queen's throne room. Exactly, Lucy. Like, not everybody can be a frontline fighter, and we don't need all frontline fighters. One of the most important aspects of the Civil War, for instance, was, General Lee was of the opinion that, you know, battles won wars, but he didn't stop to think why people fight battles. one of the biggest things that that was learned there was just was not that was, yeah, logistics win wars. You can win wars if you never have to fight battles in the first place. The Union won so many more steps towards victory by just torching farmland, by seizing assets, by yeah, just by like making sure that the Confederacy wasn't able to fight. My wife and I fed the homeless with food, not bombs, for a while. To us, it was a better way to help than trying to like canvas and whatnot. And that's really cool. I love that. Not everybody is a not everyone is a charismatic person who's ideal for, you know, going up on like podcasts and YouTube channels. I used to do a fair amount of you know, political fireside chats before I kind of had to tone things down a bit. But you know what? Yeah, a lot of people have a lot of good to do with patience and generosity and being out there, putting on a public face. You know, being there to give someone a helping hand, someone to listen to, someone to just to show that like people are here to lend a hand. Because people are a lot more likely to remember who it was who helped them you know, get food for their child who needed feeding, or who you know, who helped them keep their lights on, who, you know, was out here, you know, helping them, you know, fix shit when it broke. That's still praxis right there. That's putting our beliefs into action. Okay, here we go. Starfire. Replace your axe with a new weapon. Aluth Kurek. Confirm. It looks like Lenny has created a masterpiece adamantine throne. So now, with all of these jewelers' workshops, we're gonna get encrusting furniture with cut gems. So we've got a lot of diamonds down here. We're gonna decorate things with bone. And, you know, we'll leave that to keep going on. And hopefully, hopefully we end up with a really good throne. It looks like Sid ended up injured there after some of the voracious cave crawlers got into her. Neck is torn open. Shit. Well, she's resting. She's not bleeding. She's not pale. Hopefully she's okay. Just need somebody to come and diagnose her. Who's our chief medical dwarf? Vukar, what the hell are you doing? Meditating on jewels? Well, how about, stop that. Okay, well, it looks like she is able to rest at least. Yeah, bones are a really good thing to decorate with. Especially since we have so many of them lying around. Grew up with taxidermy deer heads everywhere. It's disquieting how you get used to that. Yeah, my primary school had a whole bunch of like taxidermy stuff. They had like badgers and like deer for them, and like I'm pretty sure a fox was in there. Okay, it looks like she's been diagnosed now. We just need some sutures in the neck and the head and on her leg, as well as dressings. Luckily, we've got a whole lot of plaster. We've got a whole lot of crutches and soap. We have plenty of cloth for dressings. We've got thread here. We've got everything that we could possibly need to treat patients. Okay, and this elf is coming over to do a suture now. Alola Slasher Shinigami, how you doing? Okay. Looks like she has, okay, looks like her neck has been sutured at least. I don't think she's in any danger of dying. Okay, more wound dressing going on here. They're using some llama wool. Okay, so wrapped around her leg, sewn into her head, and her hand was sewn into her leg. Okay, she's doing a lot better. And her lion is just pacing up and down constantly, keeping her safe. All right, folks, we've got an ad break coming up here. So, I suggest that everybody get up, stretch their legs, grab a drink, do whatever it is that we need to do, and we'll all be right back. All right, everyone, we're back. Okay. Looks like Sid has a whole bunch of different sutures and dressings here. It's a good thing that a whole bunch of these different goblins and elves have been, you know, like have medical skills. Instead of just like, screw waiting around for the suture in my neck, I've got work to do. So even though her neck is still torn open and her upper spine is bruised, she's like, no, I'm gonna go bash rocks with my pick. Girl boss, absolutely. That's our Sid right there. Hmm. All right, Tara, have a wonderful night. Thanks for being here. All right, let's see. Oh, okay. Dewsum is now a legendary weaponsmith, so we should get them on the roster. Bemble here is adequate. You know what? Our queen has recently given up mining. Actually, no, weaponsmithing takes them down towards the caverns, which a little dangerous. I don't want them getting involved there. Wouldn't mind having a couple of novices down here to start making more singing metal axe blades, though. And that way, we can go about melting them down and getting more metal back out of them. Okay, this place might actually be a challenge for us. The Dark Goblin Fortress of Sword Curses, with 750 dwarves. Ooh, that sounds good, Sid. Okay, now Starfire can take their divine metal axe into combat with them. We can test it against those goblins. Ooh, that sounds really good. It's been a while since I've used bok choy in anything. much adamantine do we have? 14 wafers. And just one battle axe. Should start making some more adamantine weapons. Okay, this one is Ari's forge. Take away all of the work orders from it. Cheesy broccoli is pretty good. Hi, Reki. How you doing? It's good to see you. How was your stream? Can I get a shout out for Reki, please? Let's see. Adamantine short sword. Exploded in Kaizo Mario. Nice. I hope it was in a good way. Oh, apparently a weasel got torn to pieces on one of our weapon traps. Some migrants have arrived, despite the danger. The only danger here is for our foes. We check that stone for heat. What devilry is this? Ah, a little bit of fire. But thankfully, this whole layer of the caverns is quite wet. So, the water just kind of extinguished the fire there. Hydrate on shrimp? I will, thank you. I'm gonna bring all the diamonds here. There's literally no consequences to digging too deeply, she said, remembering exactly what happened before. Oh shit, lava. Okay. They're fine. Luckily, it takes more than like two magma to apparently burn a dwarf. I know, like, just literally happened the moment I said it. Speaking of which, there appears to be a lot of magma down here. get it all to meet the water. There we go. Melt down all the giant singing metal axe blades. We designate one of the forges to be the only one that melts them down. We collect it all in one place. We basically, we start replicating our metal. All right. Oh yeah, the Forgotten Beast. Okay, okay. We're gonna give it some more bait this time. Make sure that it gets all the way up the stairs. Our queen demands a single battle axe. You know what? Yeah, singing metal battle axe. She'll love that shit. She specifically asks for battle axes because it is something that she has a preference for. So if you ever wonder why your particular monarch is, or noble is asking you for catapult parts or whatever, it's because that's one of the things that they have a preference for. We were just lucky that our queen likes battle axes. At least she doesn't have a thing for wooden swords like the elves. Yeah, even then it would just be a type of sword. She'd just tell us to make swords, and the only type of sword we can make is a training sword. So we recognize that, you know, real swords are made of metal that you pull from the earth and, or, you know, stab angels for. Elves really do just kind of, you know, nerf themselves with the fact that they, you know, refuse to use anything other than wood in their natural environment. Hot damn, like almost instantly makes a masterful short sword. Very inspiring. Alright, looks like all of our dwarves are basically crawling their way over to the ballistas. They've, like, exhausted themselves. Let's put them all back on just ready. But hey, it's good to keep them trained up. Okay. Looks like Kova has really benefited from combat therapy. Combat therapy is this little barracks here that they get to train with like wooden weapons, and they get to put on some really nice silk or like otherwise like a nice robe and some armor, you know, some basic like leather armor. And then they get to hit each other whilst a refreshing mist drizzles down on them. Maximizes all the good possible thoughts from one place.
Welcome to the cocktail lounge. Please enjoy your stay.
Thank you for the follow. I like to keep follows anonymous, but they are always appreciated. Feel free to hang out and chat if you want, but never feel obligated. You're very welcome. I hope you have a wonderful night, and I look forward to seeing you again. Okay. Now we're just waiting for our military to return from attacking this this new dark fortress. Once they return from the attack, we should bring everybody in for some downtime, a time to celebrate, and to you know, just socialize. Tara is currently reading a book called Division Understood. It's a one-page manual. It concerns an algorithm for dividing one number into another, possibly yielding a remainder. Okay, military has returned. What happened in Sword Curses? I know, we're looking into math. Clashed with some goblins, fought an Olm woman, a deer man, a goblin, another goblin, more goblins. More goblins just being hacked to pieces here. Oh, and there we go. We rampaged through Sword Curses, but we did not destroy it. We did get some treasure, though. That says to me So we're pretty close to destroying that one. Ooh, okay. It's time for the entertainment then. Alright, folks. All of the Crundle cages have been linked up. You are welcome to make a prediction on this outcome. Who will win? 1 Cyclops or 30 Crundles? If you're wondering what the hell a Crundle is, it's a diminutive creature that dwells underground, has teeth, horns, and claws, and, generally cowardly, but in numbers they can overwhelm dwarven peasants. Now, Cyclops, obviously you know that one. This one is also cursed to become a werehorse every full moon. Ooh, look at this guy. This gal here, Attis Rim Diamonds. She has gained the nickname the Everlasting Trench, which is great because our group is called the Immortal Trenches. How fitting. I take that as a sign of providence. Okay, now we have 3 bright metal bars. We turn those bright metal into more axe blades. Rinse and repeat. All right, folks, we've spent a long time here figuring out who will win this fight. Hi, Rob in between. How you doing? Good to see you. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna pull the lever. 1 Cyclops versus 30 Crundles. Can they overwhelm the Cyclops with sheer weight of numbers, or will they panic and get absolutely pasted? Let's find out. Hello, yeah, how you doing? It's good to see you. How is 2026 treating you? We're about to see a 1 versus 30 match here. Pop, there we go. It looks like some of these are already kind of injured. Oh, was there a raven in there with them? Oh. Well, folks, I am dumb because apparently the dwarves did not link up the Cyclops cage to the to the lever. Well, I sound different. I've been trying to do some voice training here and there. Well, I guess we'll just cancel that one then. But you know what? We'll return everyone's points, and you know what? The Courageous Persuaders do need some training, so let's just open the doors and let them do a little extermination. Well, thank you. Yeah, I'm really happy with with where I am. God, look at that. Just absolute carnage. Room is gonna reek. It sure is. I'm just gonna free up all those mechanisms. And we'll find something else for the Cyclops to fight. Oh, yeah, here we go. Some giant birds. Clear the queue. Ah, thank you. Ooh. The forgotten beast, Zosbu Azan Gekrusmo, has come. Oh. Why are we like this? Thank you. Yeah. The forgotten beast Zosbu Asan Gekrusmo has come. A great scaly toad. It has a short trunk and it undulates rhythmically. Its dark pink scales are small and overlapping. Beware, it's poisonous vapors. Look at that thing. A giant toad. I'm sure that Ash will have something to say about it.
Hey, just so you know, I'm gonna go lurk now.
Alright, thanks for lurking. Hope you have a good night, Robin. Need more toads? It's a forgotten beast toad as well. Okay. So, with the latest invasion being successful, we're gonna assign everybody to the festival burrow.
Make another toad, please. Toad Fury.
And we've got plenty of toads, so let's see. This one here, you are now Toad Fieri. Generally unhindered by the thoughts of others concerning his actions. Relies on the advice of others during decision making. Doesn't mind a little tumult now and again. Finds helping others emotionally rewarding. It's a toad. He's just having a good time. Alright. Everyone is coming on in to feast and drink, to have a have a good time. Oh, actually, you know what? Before we start off the festival properly, I want to try one more time to get this silk farm up and running. Alright. Bring these animals over here, and we'll try one more time to get this thing to work. Okay. We have our test subjects ready. We dig a hole in the side here. Oh boy, there's that spider. Sure is pacing around. Okay. We've got a dwarf coming to make the dig. Or we did, and then they cancelled for some reason. Come on, dwarves. I need someone to do this. There we go. All right, now we lock the doors behind them. The Forgotten Beast should notice that there's a couple of war animals here. That should be enough to tempt it out. Yeah, all of our dwarves are just like, I can't collect webs, there's no webs. Come on. Give it time. Actually, yeah, you know what? Let's see if we can nudge this along a little, shall we? Here we go. This idiot has gotten stuck? Come on. Come on. Try again. There we go. Cool. Couple of dogs. It has taken the bait. There's a clear path for it to go up there. Alright, you know what? Fuck it. Just gonna put it directly in here. Okay. Cool. We've got it in here now. I'm gonna bring down a dwarf to go sit in front of it and agitate it. Then once we do, we can pull this lever to make sure that the Forgotten Beast can no longer see whoever's there. And then that should be it. We then have our silk farm. Thought the power went out, but nope, it's just Lenny's lamp. Oh, good. Queen wants some crowns. Well, they should be made soon enough. Alright, so the Forgotten Beast, doesn't see them. Okay, cool. I love that. How about the military dwarf? Do you see the military dwarf right here? Nope. Okay, fine. Well, the whole thing just apparently is not going to happen. But at the very least, the Forgotten Beast is safe and like isolated away from the rest of the caverns, so we don't have to worry about it, you know, murdering any of our dwarves. And that, I think, is enough to celebrate, so we eat, we drink, we make merry. So, we didn't achieve everything that we set out to do, but you know, we did achieve a fair amount. You know what, Therapy Squad, you can go off duty to socialize as well. We got people a chance to rest and talk to acquaintances, make friends. We have, you know, we've destroyed a couple of goblin pits. You know, look at all of this. This whole area used to be completely full of goblins. Hopefully, with the amount of provoking that we've been doing towards the forces of Flinch Lizard, maybe next time she'll come around and decide to show us that she's taking this more personally now. After all, she went off and attacked other elves, you know, other people besides us. I thought we were her great nemesis. I'm gonna have to make sure that she remembers who the number one really is. All right, and I think we'll leave off on this little celebration here, so that we can come back next time and have ourselves Thank you for watching, everybody. Please be sure to click all those cool buttons like the like button, the subscribe button, and check out any other videos on my channel that you like. And please feel free to hit up my Twitch, give me a follow, and let me know that you came from YouTube. Thank you for watching, and once again, remember that the world is only as dark as we allow it to be.